Hey everyone, my name is Dustin. Welcome to my channel, McFlip and Ship. I'm really excited for you to be here today. In this video, I invite you to join me for an entire day of listing and shipping to see exactly what I made 3 months later from a day's haul at the Goodwill bins. Stick around to the end, you might be surprised at just how much I made per hour doing this. So we'll start this video at about 7:50 a.m. on January 21st, 2022, as I leave in search for treasures at the big blue bins. So there's a nice chill day here at the bins. Sorry about the no GoPro. Digging in the bins is a two-handed sport, especially in the first 30 or 40 minutes when you're digging hard and you're digging fast. That's why I'm wearing gloves. I got to the bins about 2 minutes late today. I'm surprised that I found all this stuff yet. Pretty crazy. $56. Electronics only $1.19 a piece. To the main bag here with a set of burner irons. Lefties. And got some Big Bertha woods. More bird. Deuce. Golf clubs are $1 a piece. 13 of those. And the bag was $2. Not a golf club expert, but I know to pick up that bag for 15 bucks. New and sealed game. Looks like it was going for around 20 something plus shipping. Titleist hat. Some nice kids CCM tax. Minnesota, there's no shortage of hockey equipment around here, which I am grateful for. Skates, rollerblades, and $2 there. New tags hat here. 27 bucks retail. Alright, cool. Head covers. Couple George Foreman parts, which I took the picture of the model of so I can remember. $10 minus shipping usually all day long. Got another electric skillet probe. Got a Bose adapter here, which I do not believe is for this that I found. Randy Moss. Could use a little TLC, but yeah, limited edition. A camera bag for camera that I may find later. It's a nice little kind of, I feel kind of cheap JVC headphone. Also a dog's hunting vest. Pretty cool. It's like, wow, looks like a pretty tight vest. I wasn't sure what that was at first. Still new, sealed. Still Canon 10 megapixel. Again for $1. I mean, if it works, it's got to be worth the time to try to sell. Here's an oldie. Motorola. That's remote. Let's see. These headphones look pretty sweet. Looked them up real quick. Looks like they're definitely worth grabbing for $1.19 or $1.28 with tax, basically. Can't go wrong with a DualShock 3 in blue. Nice little RCA. It's like this plays MP3 discs, which is nice. I'll test that with a MP3 disc that I've burned 20 years ago, probably. And 5 Xbox 360 adapters. The last thing that I found electronic for $1.28 is this Acer monitor. It appeared to still be in plastic. I'm gonna take it out fully and see what's up with it. I mean, it's gotta be worth more than $1. So let's get into the office, get to work, get all this stuff processed, and see if it was worth the time and money see what the profit will be. I got back home at 9:20, left at 7:50, so I'll start the clock at that. So now that the treasure hunting's over, now we got to get to the fun part. We do all of the testing, the cleaning, the listing, the taking pictures, the shipping, the going to the post office, all those fun things that go into making the profits. But is it worth it? Let's find out. So when I get to processing, I usually like to do things in batches. I like to get research done, I like to get a price in, I like to get a perfect title, and I'll get that all into my spreadsheet, because I still do it line by line. There's a nice spreadsheet that is by Mark II, Not Your Dad's CPA. I really recommend his help. He gives such great advice for the reselling community. It's just wonderful. Because of the volume I've been doing, I'm going to move on to a average cost inventory system next year, along with some different software. So here's a look at my actual spreadsheet. On the very left there, on the first column, made that a custom one and put the purchase place. And then you can also do your custom SKU there. You can do whatever you want. I always do the date, or actually the month of purchase, and then the next is going to be the bin that I put it in, and I'll go ahead and put the price that I paid for it. If it was $2.14, I'll put $2.14. I'll just leave a decimal out, just to know how long it's been sitting there and what I paid for it. Then, of course, in the item description, I will, while I'm doing my research, I will find the best title, and I will copy that title. I will paste it into my spreadsheet, and then I'll tweak it out a little bit, add some more things, or move the words around just to make it flow a little better. And then I got a perfect title, ready to go when I'm ready to list. I can just copy and paste that right into the title there. So I'm kind of killing two birds with one stone by getting the initial bookkeeping done here as well. Let's see what we got with the second bag of electronics. Also in my spreadsheet, in the item description, you notice I'll have the numbers there, like a 25 plus or 13 minus or whatever. That's just basically, I've already done the research on the price, and I've already got the title sitting there. So while I go to list, I already know the price at what I should do that. So I don't have to do the research all over again. For the longest time, I would do the research like 2 times. I'd research the price 2 times before I got to list. So finally, I just started doing it this way, and makes the listing process so much quicker. Then keeping on with the initial bookkeeping, we got the purchase date and the purchase price, which is pretty self-explanatory. And then once the item sells, you fill in the sale date, the selling price, the cost of goods on this spreadsheet automatically fills in, and the selling fees and shipping costs, which are easily found on your eBay all transactions in the Seller Hub, which gives you your item profit. And this spreadsheet will automatically do all that for you. It's a really awesome free spreadsheet. I recommend checking it out if you're just getting started, or I mean, I'm still using it. It's great. And if you go down to the other lower tabs, this is just the inventory detail tab, and then it gets into expenses where you can keep track of your expenses, which is awesome. And then goes to the summary tab, which gives you a complete breakdown of your business, basically, profit and loss. It's really great, so definitely recommend checking this one out. So yeah guys, a couple hours already into processing all this stuff here. I'm staying focused, I'm getting her done, I'm cleaning, I'm testing. you know, just doing whatever it takes to make it happen. I mean, it's not always fun in games. I mean, sometimes you're, you know, leaning over the bathtub, scrubbing the bottoms of golf cleats, you know. So, I mean, it's not all fun in games. The thrifting part is awesome. I mean, you get to go treasure hunting and sell things to people possibly all across the world. You know, they're looking for this certain item and you're able to give it to them. You know, it's really satisfying in a lot of different ways. It is, however, a lot of work. You do have to treat it like a full-time job. You have to stay focused and you have to be self-motivated to just keep on going every day. Which is really easy to do when you're doing what you love. So it turns out that this monitor here was actually not still in the plastic or an open box, but it was still in really great shape. I was able to test it out pretty easy. I had to go and find the right adapter to be able to do that. But thankfully I've got a ton of adapters and cables and all that just sitting around. Yeah guys, wow, it's almost 8:30 already. It's been 3 hours. It's not so bad. I got about 20 or so items processed already. And by that, I know we got the initial bookkeeping, we got the research, testing, and cleaning done. So I had another 5 or 10 minutes there. I tested out the PlayStation controller. Worked out just fine, but unfortunately, there's some damage here on the axis thing there, so I'm just gonna keep this one and I will, in place of it, just use my old one that I know works perfectly. Alright, so the last leg of the processing here, I've just got the Xbox adapters to test out. My Xbox is a little bit newer, so I couldn't test these on a console, but thankfully these have indicator lights that will tell you if they're working or not. I've actually come across one that didn't, so I know this is good for testing. So we're getting done with all this at about 9 o'clock, and that leaves a total of 159 minutes or 2.65 hours of processing time for 27 items. So since I'm using my phone for basically everything, including making this video, I also use it for taking photos. So when we get into the photo section here, you're going to see a pretty short clip because I was using my old phone, which basically dies once you unplug it. So I was basically lucky to get any footage at all. It's a bad angle at that, so I apologize. Gonna get better here, gonna get some new equipment and all that. This was literally, I mean, a few weeks after I decided to start a YouTube channel, so I really didn't have any equipment. I didn't even have a selfie stick for a while. Got those pictures at 10:16 or so, so it's a pretty good day. Going to bed. Hey guys, the next day, Saturday morning. Just got done with the post office, dropping out some packages. It's pretty cold today. Pretty good 7 degrees. So it's pretty awesome. The post office is only a couple blocks away from my house, and there's a UPS within 10 minutes in 2 different directions. The UPS store was closed for some reason. It says it's open till 3 on their door and then 5 on mine, but there was bars around everything, so I'll have to find a CVS or drive another 20 minutes to the nearest UPS store. Dang. Now finally ready to list. Let's do this. So now that I've already got a good title, I've already got everything ready, all I gotta do is go into eBay and basically fill in the blanks, get that listing made, get it available for sale. I mean, this is what it's about, right? We want to move our stuff, we want to make money, we don't want to have a death pile sitting there forever. Though it is pretty sweet when the sourcing has been really good and you got a really big pile of stuff to choose from. I'll tend to list the biggest stuff first, just because get it out the door first, make more room for new stuff. So I've been consistently listing every single day for more than a year now. Started off just doing 5 every single day. I did that for a while. Just kept on moving up, just a couple more here and there. Maybe doing 1 more. Never going backwards though. And now I'm doing at least a dozen a day. I think that's really important to keep consistent sales and also to keep that momentum going. Just having that kind of focus and discipline is really going to help you grow your business. So we're almost a quarter of the way through the whole listing process here, and we're making a total of 22 listings. Some of them have multiples, and it's going to be a total of 27 items. Another thing that I do while I'm listing is I'll actually figure out the shipping. I think this makes it easier for when it comes time for shipping. I already know what kind of a box I'm going to put it in, but also that the customer is not going to pay extra for shipping, or I'm not overcharging for shipping, or I'm not going to get burned for shipping. So what I'll do is I've made a spreadsheet of all of the shipping supplies, all of the boxes that I have. So while I'm going to fill up the item description and the information about the shipping in the eBay listing, I'm able to know exactly what kind of box I'm going to put it in, because I'll measure it real quick. If it's a larger thing, I'll throw it on the scale just to make sure it's in the general ballpark. I even have the weight of the boxes on there, so to give me an even better idea of exactly what it's going to weigh. Even when you're outsourcing, it gives you a little more confidence knowing that you'll have just about any kind of a box you'll need to ship whatever it is that you're picking up. So we're about halfway through listing here. I've got probably about 11 items done now, so about 11 items an hour, which ain't so bad. I think anyway, for an everything seller. When you're jumping from category to category all the time, it can take a little bit longer. For selling like 11 DVDs, for instance, you can just do sell similar, sell similar, sell similar, and it makes things really easy. And then say if the DVDs aren't plentiful one day, and maybe the electronics and the sporting goods and all that will be. So it's good to diversify and get into some different categories. So if you're a reseller, you might be able to relate, or if you're just getting started, you might be able to see exactly just how much work and time it takes to make these sales. It really is awesome though to be able to make your own hours and be your own boss. It's also really satisfying finding those unique items and getting them to those buyers that are looking for them. So this was all shot on January 21st, 2022, a few months ago now, and at that time I was doing, I believe, 10 listings a day. So while shooting this video to get an idea of exactly how long everything is going to take, I just went ahead and did everything. So I was doing, after 10 listings, I started to try to do drafts. And let me know, guys, how many times down in the comments there, how many times that you are trying to make drafts and you hit list. It happened, I don't know, 3 or 4 times while doing that, but I did get a nice day off of drafts made. Which is really nice. I mean, in this business, you really don't get a day off. Unless it's Sunday, and you got a nice draft bank ready to list, and you get your listing done in like 3 clicks. You don't have to do any shipping or going anywhere. I mean, that's about as much of a day off as I've had in quite a while. then if you don't do any work, you get behind, right? So as we're nearing ending listing here, we're going to end at about 6:13, giving a total of 121 minutes of listing there. And we're going to add about 5 minutes just to put everything away. So it's out of the way and ready to find when it sells. And Skol Vikings. So I put everything from that day into bin F2 here, so I know, except for the Xbox adapters, the TV, and the golf club, of course. Actually, within 24 hours, we had 3 sales, so let's see how long they take to package. So first going out, we got the Valve Steam controller, which is just a smaller electronic. Just wrap it in some bubble wrap, throw it in a box slightly larger, and should be good to go. Usually items like that will take about 2 to 4 minutes, so we'll say 3 minutes on that. Next going out is the monitor. That sold pretty quick, that was nice. This one we're just going to throw in a Lowe's large box. Now I'm going to reshape that a little bit, make it just the size enough. It's already got the foam padding, it's going to be just fine. It just needs to go in a slightly larger box. So to save fill, we're just going to make it perfect size. Then we don't need to stuff the box full of unnecessary bubble wrap. I'll slow this down, and in another video I'll show you how to do this a little more closely. It'll really help. It comes in handy a lot of times. That took about 12 minutes to ship. And next going out is the Bose radio, which is awesome. All 3 of the higher dollar items sold really fast. Now the Bose takes about 8 minutes to ship. It's just kind of like smaller electronics, except a little bigger. For something like this, you just want to give it a little more space between the box and the item, and maybe give it a little more bubble wrap or some heavy-duty craft paper, just because it's a little bit heavier. And all of these next ones going out here didn't take any more than 3 minutes to ship. They're all smaller electronics, similar to the ones we've already shipped. They're either going to go into a bubble mailer with a little extra padding, or the box. We have all five of those Xbox adapters sold. All in all, it took 58 minutes to ship 15 items, and we'll add 30 minutes for a trip to Play It Again Sports. Also about 10 minutes for post-sale bookkeeping. Hey everyone, thanks so much for sticking around this long. If you found this helpful or enjoyed it in any way, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. So let's do a little breakdown here. So we did a total of 22 listings, and there were some multiples, so we got 27 items in there. And as of May 1st, 16 of those sold, which is pretty awesome. That's more than half. And so we got 11 more still kind of sitting there. Maybe they've gotten a little stale over a few months, so maybe we'll just put them at about 25% off at some point and hopefully still get them out the door, but still got some potential sales there. Now after fees, cost of goods, shipping, we're left with a gross profit of $293.83. So we got to take out the quarterly taxes for that, so that'll be $73.46, leaving us with $220.37. And I also, to be really real, let's take out some like daily operating costs. Now, I figured that by, you can take basically your last quarter and add up all your expenses, divide that by 90, and that would give you a daily operating cost. And the past 3 quarters I did for mine was $35.03 a day, which ain't so bad. And that leaves us with a very realistic net profit of $185.34. Now take the 9.13 hours that we worked, and we're left with a drum roll hourly wage of $20.30. What? That's it? Really not so bad, you know? I mean, that's completely tax-free right there. $20 an hour to do something that you enjoy, and you get to help other people get the items that they want. It does still get a little bit better yet. We still have those 11 items that can sell, and if we take 25% off of those, after the fees, cost of goods, shipping, and the quarterly taxes, I still got another $97.50 in there. So add that to what we've already made, gives us a total of $282.84. And then we'll add 50 minutes to package those and drive them to the post office. They're all really small ones, like the small electronics, you know, 2, 3, 4 minutes at the most. Now that gives us a new time total of 9.96 hours, which gives us a potential of $28.48 an hour. So a little better anyway. We'll see if that works out. Well, that about wraps up today's video, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by once again. I really appreciate it. Congratulations on your latest success, and keep up the good work. And until next time, my hat's off to you.